I want to talk to you today about the power that SectorHunter can have on your long-term investing. We've already heard about Barry, who over a very short period of time, 6 months, was able to increase his net worth by $100,000. But the real massive wealth creation, I'm talking about tens of millions of dollars, is created through the ability to compound your money at a relatively high rate of return over a long period of time. Now, the biggest problem with that approach, everybody's heard about compounding, and everybody's heard about how Warren Buffett only runs his money at 24% a year, but he's been able to do it for 44 years, and he's worth tens of billions of dollars. You don't need me to tell you about that. What I want to share with you is how SectorHunter can be your partner in your long-term wealth creation efforts. Before I get into the details of that, what I want to talk to you about is really one of the biggest myths going in the marketplace right now, and that is perfect timing. Everybody thinks that they can perfectly time the market. You've got everybody saying in the market right now that the only way to make big money in the market is to perfectly time the market. Let's take a look at the Dow, for instance, and let's say you're Mr. Perfect Timer. You get in at 1998, real cheap. You sell the market when the Dow goes to 12,000 and 2,000. You stay out of the market. You get back in at 2003 at 7,500, and you get out in 2007 at 12,000 again. If you took $10,000 and traded the Dow like that, and you had perfect timing, over that period of time, you could make $400,000. Now, what SectorHunter is going to do, it's going to get you out of the perfect timing trap or the perfect timing myth. Nobody can time the market. I can't do it. SectorHunter can't do it. But what SectorHunter can do, and what is much more powerful, is that SectorHunter can time sectors. And if you can get the sector right, you'll make much more money with far lower risk than you will trying to time the Dow or the S&P. There are really three types of investors out there. You've got the Mr. Buy and Hold investor. Now, this is the kind of investor that's just absolutely been devastated since the year 2000. But let's say he was in the market since 1998 and he invested $10,000. He's up about $30,000 right now. Then you've got, obviously Mr. Perfect Timer doesn't exist, but let's say he does. Let's say Mr. Perfect Timer exists. He perfectly timed the Dow. If you were in that position, you've made about $400,000 on about $10,000 since 1998. That's getting in at the exact time on the Dow, getting out at the exact time on the Dow. Now, if you're Mr. Perfect Sector Timer, that is, you've got into the sector at the right time, sold at the right time, shorted at the right time, and you've had perfect timing, that same $10,000 is worth $3.6 million. Now, are we going to always get it perfectly right every time? No. We know that the buy and hold approach doesn't work, and we know perfect timing is a myth. But we also know that there's a whole lot of meat in a $3.6 million sandwich, much more than a $400,000 sandwich, and much more than a $30,000 sandwich. That's why you've got to focus on the sectors. If you don't have a specific way of identifying what sector to buy, what sector to short, when to buy it, when to sell it, you will never achieve the level of financial success that could be within your grasp. The most exciting thing about SectorHunter is that not only is it telling us when to buy and when to sell, but it's telling us exactly what to buy and what to sell. When SectorHunter says, hey, the sector's gotten overbought, it's time to go short, you're going to get 3 ETFs. You're going to get 3 stocks. The reverse of that is true. When SectorHunter says, hey, this is completely overdone, it's now time to buy, you're going to get 3 stocks and you're going to get 3 ETFs. So that's 6 different profit opportunities from every single alert. What this does is it leverages your profit opportunity. And this is why SectorHunter has the possibility to even beat the so-called perfect timers. Because if you're a perfect timer, you're only trading one issue, one market, either the Dow or the S&P or sector ETF. With SectorHunter, you now have 6 different opportunities to trade one trade. Okay? Sector goes in a buy, sector goes in a sell. You've got 6 different ways to profit from it. Now, can you imagine compounding your money at that rate of return for years and years and years? This approach isn't based on some fad. It's not based on buying biotechs when they go into favor, or shorting, tech stocks when they go out of favor, or even having a macro viewpoint of the world and where earnings are going. None of that matters. SectorHunter works through a very, very special set of tools and of calculations that work in any type of market. Bull market, bear market, flat market, any kind of market you can imagine, the signals will be generated to a greater or lesser degree. So what we have now is the opportunity to compound our money at a truly outrageous rate of return. So even if we're putting just $10,000 into 6 different trading opportunities on a strong buy or a strong sell, each one of those $10,000 trading opportunities gives us the chance to grow our money at that $3.6 million rate. You can do the math. Just on one trade alert alone, if we get one of them a year over the next 15 years, 6 different trades, that's the potential to run your money at an $18 million rate on $60,000 over a 15-year period. The chance to make immeasurably more will depend upon how many trades you actually trade. Are we going to get more than one trade a year? Yes, we're going to get more than one trade a year, but you can start to see now that there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and it's not an oncoming train, and that light is SectorHunter. Remember, the key to making massive amounts of money in the stock market is not making 1,000,000% a year. It's not. It's having an approach that minimizes your risk, maximizes your return, and allows you to compound your money at a high rate of return for years and years and years and years. This is how you're going to achieve those kind of financial dreams that we all have, that we all want to satisfy. It's not going to happen by accident. It's not going to happen by winning a lottery ticket. I'm not going to promise you that we're going to push a magic button and that's it. Tomorrow you're going to be a multimillionaire. That's not going to happen. What I can tell you is that if you're diligent, if you embrace the tenets of SectorHunter, if you use the tools that I'm going to make available to you, you will have a machine that will make you double-digit rates of returns for years and years and years and years. I tell you what, I can talk about SectorHunter all day long, but I don't want to talk your ear off. Over the next few days and weeks, I'm going to be sharing with you more folks that have been using SectorHunter to make a ton of money. I'm going to be showing you exactly what it looks like, answering your questions, answering any and all concerns that you may have about SectorHunter.